Alright, what is good, fishing fam? If I gave you no context at all, would you believe me if I told you this little weight right here was half ounce? I don't think so. Let's talk about it. Okay, so if you are familiar with bass fishing, you'll probably know that a lot of people like to use weights. Weights help you get your lure tied to the bottom. They help you punch through heavy, thick, matted vegetation. And they do lots of other stuff like get you through a brush and all that stuff. Now there are two different types of weights out there. There is lead and there is tungsten. This is a tungsten weight. Lead is a type of metal that is much cheaper than tungsten. It is a bigger form, meaning you have to have it in a lot bigger form for it to be heavier. Now listen, I know a lot of you guys probably only use lead. Tungsten is a lot more expensive. I bought a pretty expensive Strike King brand, and I paid around $3 for this tungsten weight. What does tungsten do? It's a denser metal. It's more sensitive. You can feel bites. You can feel what's down there on the bottom a lot better. But you can get a lot smaller density of it, but it can still be heavy. That's why tungsten is such a great type of metal. Most of the pros use it. You're rarely going to see a pro after using lead as their weight. Tungsten is just a favorite of many people, or many anglers. It's probably going to become a favorite of me. Now, this is half ounce. You're probably thinking outdoor jack. You do not need a half ounce weight for a Texas rig. 8th ounce, 3/16 ounce, 5/16 ounce, that can all do fine. You do not need a big half ounce weight. This is not for Texas rig though. This is a punching setup. I am working towards getting a 7.6 to 7.11 heavy power rod. If y'all want to send me one, my email's in the description or bio. Just email me there or email me at outdoorjack123@gmail.com. Please, if you want to send me anything, just email me there. I could really use a heavy power rod. I have 50-pound P-line braid on here. This is a 7.5 to 1 gear ratio reel. This is a 7-foot, I forgot to mention, 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. It is gonna be like my small top water and kind of lighter punching rod. I have a Missile Baits Amber Craw on there, and then it's just a half ounce tungsten weight there. Perfect for flipping into heavy cover. This is also gonna be like my lighter top water frog rod, and not so much thick vegetation. Now, if you stop for a second and think, there is not really a situation where lead is better than tungsten to use. Now, I know there's a lot of you that are going to be in the comments and I only use lead. Look, tungsten's too expensive. I can't afford that. Why would I spend that much money? I don't think it works any better. I'm just going to keep using lead. Well, that's fine, but you're missing out by not using tungsten. If you use tungsten, you were going to be able to have a much smaller profile bait like this. This is a half ounce. That's a pretty heavy little setup there, punching through matted vegetation. It will get through there like a piece of cake. Maybe not on a Hyson mat, because I don't have Hyson mats here, but it might get through hydrilla pretty well, or, little isolated mats. Should get through there pretty well. Now, if you live in the state of California or Florida or something crazy like that, which isn't crazy, it's just a state, you are not going to be able to get a fish at a heavy cover, like their matted vegetation there, with a 7-foot medium heavy rod. You're going to need at least, I'd say bare bottom, you want a 7.6 heavy action rod. You cannot do it with a 7-foot medium heavy. I know a lot of you probably thinking, I can do whatever I want. You can't. I would say you at least need 50-pound braid, maybe 65, maybe 80. I know Scott Martin likes to use 80. 7.6 to 7.11 heavy or extra heavy if it's that thick. You need a big rod. You cannot use a small, light Texas rig and small top water and a moving bait rod. You need a big rod to flip that matted vegetation. But I'm trying not to rabbit trail too much here. When to use tungsten? When you are flipping, it's pretty crucial, I'd say. If you are fishing in deep water, say anywhere from, I'd say, 10 to 25 to 30 feet, then you're going to want to use a weight to get it down there. Tungsten is going to help you feel the bottom. If it's rocky or sandy or grassy, it's going to help you feel the bottom better. You're going to be able to feel a bite maybe a tad bit better. You're not going to be able to differentiate a stick or a rock any better from a fish bite than tungsten, but you should be able to feel a fish bite anyway. But tungsten is just a much better option for bottom bouncing and flipping into heavy cover in matted vegetation. It's just a much better idea. Now, I've always thought, how does tungsten help if you have a nasty, murky bottom with a lot of grass and snot grass? Well, first of all, you can have a much smaller profile. Now, sometimes those fish want a bigger profile, like a jig. Then you want to throw a jig. Don't throw this. It's an expensive rig. You want to save that for when you're punching matted vegetation. or maybe you're flipping into heavy cover. But a tungsten weight is a much better option. I will link some more budget-friendly tungsten weights down below. I found a 12-pack on Amazon. Now, listen, you do not have to pay $3 for a tungsten weight. I just got really expensive brand of it because it's better. But I will link a more budget-friendly pack of tungsten weights down below. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I know I didn't say a whole lot about tungsten, but I said all I really can. It's a more dense type of metal. I mean, this isn't a master class. I'm not a master at this. I can't do a master class. I'm not experienced enough for a master class. But tungsten weights are gonna make you be able to feel the bottom better. They're obviously smaller, but you can have a heavier weight. They're denser metal. It's more durable. It's not gonna have big dents and scratches in it as much. It's just an overall better option. I guarantee you're not gonna be upset if you start using tungsten over lead. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have not yet, please hit that like button for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, if you feel like it. You don't have to, I guess. If you are enjoying the content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Trying to get the 500 subs. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And tell me if you start using tungsten. See you in the next one. Or if you use it already.